Oh, it's good to be back. Welcome to MSFS 2024 Sim Update 2. We are in the Bigscreen Beyond and we're going to go for a full flight today because, as promised, these kind of videos are back. Because this is what the channel is all about, folks. Believe it or not, I'm not really predominantly a hardware channel. It's just that for whatever reason, flight simulation this year has gone berserk. That includes VR headsets. But this is what it's all about for me. Sharing and exploring my flight simulation adventures with you guys. And yes, today we are in the Bigscreen Beyond version 2 once again. This is, by the way, a beautiful airport. One of many from Burning Blue Design. Look at that building. Wow. That is very, very plush. So yeah, this is a place called Kitty Hawk, which I didn't even know existed. Look at those cars. Wow. And this is, as I say, one of many Burning Blue Design classic UK airfields that go above and beyond what you'd normally expect to give you this kind of thing. I mean, look at the detail. Can I just crouch down here? Look at those alloys. I can even see the hubcaps there. The tread on that tyre. Oh, God. What is that? A Corvette? I'm not quite sure. But, yeah. And there we've got a Ferrari here as well, I believe. Or something of the sorts. And this is what I love to do in MSFS 2024, especially in avatar mode in VR, is visit all these airfields. I do it on a regular basis. And I'm thinking about doing a UK tour series on the channel. And yeah, just posting up my adventures really. But yeah, today it's a bit cloudier actually. It's been a very, very nice couple of days in the UK. In fact, it's been a really nice week of amazing weather in May. I even caught the sun yesterday. I've been out on the bike around Derbyshire and it's just been fantastic. Just look at the detail here. I love how all these rocks, they look so damn real. I could almost pick up one of those rocks and just feel it in my hands. That's how it looks in the Bigscreen Beyond. So yeah, check out Burning Blue Design because their work is absolutely top tier. And as you can see here from these hangars, this is just a very small airfield. I think it's only about 5 or 6 quid, this particular airfield. Some of them are a bit more money, not by a lot though, probably 12 quid. And the detail on offer is insane, absolutely incredible. So not only am I showing the Bigscreen Beyond version 2, of course we're in the motion rig, but we're also showcasing a new aircraft. Well, say new to MSFS 2024. It is the Just Flight Piper series. I've been flying all 3 of them this past couple of days. And today we're in my favourite, the Warrior. There's a couple of reasons why this is my particular favourite of the Piper series by Just Flight. And I'll explain that as we go. Also, just to say that, as always, this video is sponsored by FS Academy. And they've got a new range of training modules for MSFS 2024, which are designed to really hone in on your IFR skills. Enjoy doing NDB navigation, ILS approaches, and their syllabus is really rewarding to go through. I'd recommend that you check out FS Academy. They're great in VR as well because it feels like the instructor is right beside you as you're doing your lessons. They're from a real world airline captain, by the way, as well. And as I say, if you want to feel that reward factor of learning something new, then FS Academy is definitely the training package that you should check out. And they've been a sponsor on the channel now for years and for very good reason. So checking out this Just Flight Warrior. She looks beautiful sat here on the ground at this Burning Blue Design airfield in all the glory that MSFS 2024 provides. Just the lighting and everything. Just, yeah, it looks fantastic, doesn't it? Very, very believable. The texture work, I'm not quite sure if they've messed around with the texture work, but It was already very good anyway, particularly on the Warrior. And yeah, I think it's time to climb aboard. One thing actually I will mention is you cannot take the tie downs and the chocks from the outside view. Now this is, all intents and purposes, a native MSFS 2024 model. However, they haven't really bothered to include, at the moment anyway, the, you know, taking down all the chocks and stuff from the outside, which is a bit of a shame, admittedly. In terms of the texture detail, I've seen better. You can see here that Macaulay prop, or whatever it is, it's quite blurry. So the textures, I don't think they've been improved. But you know what? That's a minor gripe, because this thing flies really well in the sim, and it has been tested in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, especially the flight dynamics, as you'll see as we take off. The rudder authority, the feeling of flight, the fluid feeling of being in this sim is definitely there. So, and don't forget, this is a free upgrade as well. Just Flight are not asking for any more money here, which is commendable considering the amount of work that they're doing, going through all of their fleet of aircraft and upgrading them to 2024 specification in this sim, all for free. So really, with that in mind, you can't really grumble, can you? Anyway, let's pop into the aircraft. And this is one of the reasons why I've chosen the Warrior, because I have been flying the Turbo Arrow, which is a great favourite of mine as well, and the Arrow. But in my opinion, well, the Warrior was released a lot further down the road, and the texture quality in this cockpit and the sounds, I personally feel, are better in this. This is the best Piper of the bunch for those reasons alone. You've got the usual EFB here. We're going to make sure that the engine damage and everything's all on, because there is that modelled in this. And yeah, what we'll do is we won't mess around with anything else apart from, we'll just change our radio stack, nice, to the GNS 530. Right, with that being said, I am running the Bigscreen Beyond at native resolution in TAA mode, which is, you know, I think 4,300 and something, I can't remember, but it's very high resolution, put it that way. And I've really, you know, I'm getting to know the Bigscreen Beyond. I've had it for like nearly 3 months because I've been testing it prior to it going live on the channel, you know, my actual full review. And I have got a massive admiration for Bigscreen, because they have done wonders with this version 2 of their headset. It's still as light as it ever was before. In fact, it's lighter, but it's got better optics, a much wider field of view as well. But they've kept the resolution the same, which is a good move in my opinion, because it means it can run really well with a variety of different GPUs. Right. Anyway, enough talking. Mixture fully rich. Fuel pump on. In fact, really, we probably should prime first. Oh, hang on a minute. That's not moving out. Is that a bug? I think I might have found a bug there, Just Flight. Yeah, that's definitely not moving in and out. Not quite sure what's going on there. Anyway, it's a warm day today, so we shouldn't need much prime for the engine. Let's open the storm hatch. Shout clear prop like an idiot, and let's go flying. Oh yes. So this is the second reason, I've already mentioned it, but I'll say it again. The sounds of the Warrior are absolutely sublime. Listen to this. Oh, even the wind there from the prop. Yeah, very, very nice. Right, I did forget to take off my tie downs and chocks. They say you can only do that from the menu here. Now I'll put the avionics on. There we go. Transponder, landing lights. We'll leave that off for now. We won't need the pitot heat today either. let the engine warm up, and I'll see you as we taxi out from Kitty Hawk. And it's going to be a really nice flight today. We're going to go across the coastline, so we're going to hug the south coast, go over Brighton with the beautiful photogrammetry scenery, fly over Shoreham, then we're going to head for a touch and go at Goodwood, another stunning burning blue design airfield, before hopping over to the Isle of Wight and landing at Sandown. Sounds good? Great. Pour yourself a drink and come go flying with me today. Right then, we're all warmed up. It's so good to be back flying for flying's sake. I'm not showing any new piece of hardware for the first time in ages. Just check the brakes there. We're using the Doffer LTH2 and we're back using the flightsim.com CLS60 force feedback yoke because it's had some big updates recently and it's a lot smoother on the aileron because you don't feel the cogging effect anymore, which is a welcome upgrade. And I must say, I did mention about the Moser force feedback yoke being my sort of favourite, but it's a tough call, folks. It really is. The thing is about the Moser, I really like how there's buttons on it, you know, these switches, and it's a bit smaller on my motion rig. But when it comes to overall feel, the CLS60 just feels more realistic. It feels like, even them doing this on the ground, like it's attached to cables. Like you can really feel like you're pushing and pulling something. It's an uncanny feeling, and I must admit this force feedback yoke does that better. It absolutely does. Right, let's just line up here. We won't bother doing our mag check because we're being careless today. It's a brand new aircraft, so we should be fine. Although I know that's terrible airmanship, but I'm just doing this to save a bit of time because I want to get flying today. Right, what we will do though is fuel pump is on and we'll now change to the right hand tank. Yeah, in fact no, we'll leave the fuel pump on, make sure that's on alt mode. GPS, T's and P's are all in the green, and I just am a massive fan of the way the Warrior looks. And here's the third reason why this is my favourite Piper of all three of them. It's just simply because I've had a lot of stick and rudder time, shall we say, in the real thing. I've flown the Warrior with my friend. I'm not a PPL holder, but I have flown all over Europe in a little Warrior before in real life. So I can almost smell that Piper smell. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to explain, but there's a certain like old bus smell, like the oil and from the engine and the leather seats. It's just a certain nostalgic feeling I get with this aircraft, and that's because Just Flight have done it proud, really proud. Right, bit of flap, bit of trim. Of course, we get hardware trim on the CLS60. Let's go. Sounding really good with these inbuilt integrated audio of the Bigscreen Beyond. Pulling back and we are airborne. So I'm not sure if Just Flight have done much with the flight modelling, or whether it's just because they've updated it because of the new sim, because MSFS 2024 does feel a lot smoother. It feels more fluid in the air when compared to 2020 for GA flying, and it really feels like it. You can tell. You can absolutely tell. This is gorgeous scenery. This is the South Downs, by the way, and we'll just do a little bank to the left here, and we'll go over Kitty Hawk one more time just to show you what it looks like from the air. And again, burning blue design. You get tons and tons of POIs, custom 3D objects, PBR based rendering techniques, really blending into the scenery, as you can see here. Loads of solar panels there as well, tons of them. And you can see loads of sheep as well. That's one complaint I do have with 2024, is all the animals look a bit similar in terms of the colour from the air. They've got that kind of like browny sandy colour, but this is what it really looks like in the UK, where you need white fluffy sheep all over the place, and they look fantastic. I'm not sure if they're actually moving or not, but again, a very nice addition. We've got pylons all over the place as well. Just the general feel of an airfield, just burning blue design. They nail it, absolutely nail it. Okay, right, flaps are up. We'll put the fuel pump off and we'll head to our first port of call, which is Brighton. And looking at the clouds there, they're looking a little bit more angrier than they were yesterday when I did this flight, typical. So I guess we'll have to see how we get on here. Set climb power, 25 RPM. This is, if you're wondering folks, you cannot retract the gear with the Warrior. I haven't forgot. And there she is in MSFS 2024. So glad that Just Flight have got round to the GA aircraft, because that's what excites me personally. I do love the airliners and things, you know, the 146 Professional, the Fokker, very, very nice, and I've showcased them on the channel before, but the GA aircraft for me is what excites me the most. I'm just a GA guy, folks. I actually prefer flying stuff like this than I do fighter aircraft in DCS World. Yep, I know, folks. Call me sad, but this is where it's at for me. Now, in terms of the computer I'm running today, I'm still using my powered by MSI RTX 5090. That's the motherboard as well, is MSI, with a AMD 9800X X3D processor, and I could not be happier with this system from Stormforce. I'm not trying to plug it, guys, I've done enough of that on the channel, but people ask me every single video, what's my computer, what am I running? And since I do have 3 different systems, I am running the top end system most of the time, and that's because at the end of the day, this is my hobby and I'm going to use the most powerful computer that I can get my hands on most of the time. So don't take it personally if a lot of my videos are with the 5090. It's because I love it. It's great. It does the job very nice. Let's take a look at all this beautiful scenery here. Gorgeous. Just blown away with this. Micro OLED visuals, full photogrammetry. Yes, please. This is flight simulation in 2025. What a time to be alive. Look at this. Wow. Wow. I won't bother looking at the pier because I'm too interested in this photogrammetry. You see there, that, I can't remember what you call that, but it goes right up so you can see a full view of Brighton. Haven't been on that myself, but so now we are super low down here. You can see the people there on the beach, bit of a weird thing going on there. Oh, I can almost smell the fish and chips from here. Feeling the forces here on the yoke as well. I'm just relieving them again. The force feedback trim actually does work better on the LS60 than the Moser, but it's early days for that yoke. I'm glad it has it, but I must admit, going back to this, it feels more natural. It's very quick, you know. You don't even think about it. It's all about feel, like it would be in the real aircraft. And I do also prefer the handle of this yoke. It feels a lot more realistic because it's obviously based upon a Cessna style yoke, and it just feels better quality. But you know, it's great that we've got all these options now in the flight sim space. Oh, just look at this, guys. I hope you're enjoying this as much as me. Very, very beautiful visuals here. So we're now going to just go overhead Shoreham. We're not going to do a touch and go there today. And looking at that cloud there, it is looking a little bit low, isn't it? Let's see if we've got NextRad on here. Display NextRad. Yes, please. Okay, there's no precipitation being shown. I'll just zoom in for you guys. Obviously, I don't need to do that with the headset, but it's easy for you. But yeah, we'll have to just be careful of some of that cloud because it's very low down. Anyway, let's just enjoy going over Shoreham Airport before continuing to head west along the coast. I believe this airport is from Orbex. I've had it for years. Right, time for a coffee. Another feature of the Bigscreen Beyond is you can drink without taking the headset off your face. Very nice. Although to be fair, the Megan X wins that one because you can flip it up and you can see your own surroundings a bit better. But yeah, there's no doubt about it. I will just quickly talk again about the Bigscreen Beyond. I have bonded with this headset a lot this last few weeks. Now that sort of things are calming down, for a time anyway, before the Pimax Dream Air appears, which I am aware of, folks. I will probably make a video about it eventually, and obviously I will show you the headset, you know, hands-on as well at some point. But at the moment, now that the Super is out, the Bigscreen Beyond version 2 should be shipping any time now. The Megan X, in my opinion, the Bigscreen Beyond version 2 is the one that's winning me over the most for the masses. So I'm not thinking about my own personal use case, my own personal opinion on the headset that I would buy, but I'm thinking about most of you guys out there. This headset makes more sense, really, because it's great value for money considering you still get micro OLED visuals. So you're going to get perfect blacks, really sharp picture. Don't be fooled, 2.5K per eye is plenty. I've said this loads of times now. It's still sharp enough to read those dials, and your GPU will absolutely thank you for it as well. Not to mention, it is incredibly comfortable. Not a huge fan of the silicon facial interface, although I am running aircon in my room now, and so long as I keep cool, it's not really an issue for me actually. It doesn't really feel that clammy, so that's fine. I also run the fan at 80% now, which helps keep it nice, you know, and cool in the headset. Otherwise it does get a bit hot. You can feel the displays getting a bit warm. But the 80%, which I can't really hear the fan because I've got these audio solution on, it's a non-issue. So, you know, with that and the great field of view, that's a massive deal with the Bigscreen Beyond version 2, is that fantastic field of view. It is really good for a headset this tiny. It's very impressive. And then there's the optics. In terms of the sweet spot, I don't mean the visual fidelity, that's way better than the Quest 3, but in terms of the lenses, the sweet spot, definitely Quest 3, which is, I've never said that before. Bigscreen Beyond have cracked it with the lenses, the optics. They are really good. And I don't really know if they've done much with these lenses other than bring you much closer to them. In terms of glare, I'm actually not getting any glare at all with this kind of scenario at the moment, but there is glare there in certain scenes, so be aware of that. Anyway, you know all this because you've probably watched my full review, which has got like nearly 60,000 views now, so That's amazing. Thank you so much for all your support. It really means a lot. But yeah, I do feel that because of all those things I mentioned, apart from the fact you need one base station, I do feel that this could be the winner. At the moment, anyway. Because with the Pimax Dream Air coming, well, I guess we'll see what that headset brings, because that's going to have eye tracking, which this will have as well. This version doesn't have, but Bigscreen do have a eye tracking version of this headset. But I think where Pimax are going to probably win a little bit more is the fact that it does have inside out tracking, which I know a lot of you guys out there, you just hate base station tracking. I don't know why though, because for me, I actually prefer it. But there we go. Right, let's now set up for a downwind, because we're now going to head to Goodwood, which is our next port of call. And this particular airfield I've featured on the channel quite a lot. I even did a dedicated race video where I basically took I think it was a Mercedes or something, in MSFS 2020 and raced around the track. And it was that realistic that even at ground level, you could see all the signs and everything. Just mind-blowing. I tell you, one of these days, it's going to happen where this is going to be like a metaverse. I hate saying that word because meta's ruined that, but you know what I mean. A universe where I can fly and park up my aircraft, then go in my car, drive along this road, maybe do a race with some people, then go to my virtual house, go to the shops, all of it in VR. Imagine it. I hope one day that is actually a thing, because that would be mind-blowing. But quite worrying at the same time, because maybe by then we'll just live in VR forever and that'll be it. I'm quite surprised there's not many bumps today. Yesterday I was getting thrown around in my motion rig quite a bit. But it's a smoother day today for some reason. Anyway, I'm now trying to spot Goodwood, and because Burning Blue Design do such a great job of blending their airfields into the scenery, much like real life, it's quite hard to spot. But it is out there somewhere. If you see it before me, folks, just shout out in the comments. Oh, hang on. I believe that's it there. 12 o'clock. The only thing is I don't know what the wind's doing, and I'm not going to bother with ATC today because check this out, guys. I've got say intentions, but I'm not using it yet. In fact, I'm going to try it after this video, and that will be a separate video at some point in the near future, so I can't wait to try that for the very first time. Right, let's see if we can find the windsock here and work out which best runway to do our touch and go. And look out for all the cars as well as we go past, racing around the track. Now this is where we might get a few stutters because Goodwood is a bit of a killer for FPS. Oh, hang on, yeah, I've spotted the windsock and we can do a downwind. Perfect. Yeah, Goodwood is an absolute killer for performance because there's just so many assets. So I guess we'll see how we get on here. So far, so good. Right, we're in flap range now. Trimming out. One good thing about the Piper compared to the Cessna is you have a higher flap limitation speed, which is very useful. Fuel pump coming on, and actually probably shouldn't have this before, but we'll just swap to the fullest tank. We'll go base and finals. Second notch of flaps coming in now. So far so good, no stutters. Watch out for those sports cars going around the track. A little bit quicker actually. See if you can side slip this. Oh, you can. Oh, just flight. Well done. You can actually side slip this. Look at this. We're side slipping all the way to the flare. That's brilliant. Oh, I'm doing this outside just to for cinematic purposes. Just flight. Very nice. The flight model of this does feel really good. I love the rudder authority, like I mentioned before. Just feels very, very fluid in the air. Look, you even get a bit of adverse yaw as well. Oh, it's nice to be talking about actually flying again, rather than PPD and field of view and all the rest of it, which I do love as well. But I'm a bit sick of it now, folks. I just want to do some flying, for God's sake, because that's what this channel is all about, really. It's showing you why the hardware that I review is so good. I'm not interested in just showing a piece of hardware once and then moving to the next thing, then the next thing and the next thing, and not really showing you why I get excited about this hardware. It's because I actually have a use case for it, unlike some other VR channels that show VR hardware. And that can go for a lot of different channels as well in the tech industry, where they're just showing new stuff all the time. I like to showcase it in action over many years as well. Very, very pretty. Our next stop will be the Isle of Wight, Sandown. I think it's Sandown anyway, or Bembridge. I can't remember which one I put in the GPS there. And hopefully we'll make it before it chucks it down, because it looks quite dark over there. That's another thing about this headset, is the dark, sort of more dramatic lighting conditions. You really feel it, you see it in this headset because of that OLED technology. It's bloody good stuff. And this is part of a full day flying. I thought I'll make one video and then fly for the rest of the day, because being a YouTuber, a flight simmer and a YouTuber, I'm kind of combining my hobby but also having to edit videos and produce content, which can sometimes feel like a chore. So there will be a bit less content now. The summer's here, because I'm out doing things and enjoying, you know, being out and about. I'd highly recommend it, folks. Don't just stay in and play VR all the time. It's not good for you. Get out there, enjoy real life. But yeah, there probably will be a little bit less content now that the summer is here. But I would like to just quickly say thank you to each and every one of you for supporting the channel for so long. It really does mean a lot. It's been quite a journey for me, and you know what? If it all finished tomorrow, I'd be happy with what the channel has achieved. You know, it's one of those things that I'm not intending to do YouTube forever, of course not, and the ride so far has been fantastic, and I've met so many amazing people. I've had wonderful opportunities to meet VR developers and, you know, go to Vario HQ, go to Somnia Space. Pimax did invite me to go to Shanghai to try out the Pimax Dream Air recently, but I just can't do it, unfortunately, because I do have a real job, you know, and a real life, and that is always first and foremost. My friends, family, you know, Melissa, my dogs, they're priority number one, and all the rest of it, well, it's just an added bonus. And to be honest, this YouTube journey I've been on has been incredible, and at this point I'm very happy with what we've achieved here with the channel. I can't believe it's got this far, and thinking back to where it all started with the Reverb G1, it's just amazing where we've come from, you know. And if you've been on this journey with me, or you're new here today, thank you for being here. It really means a lot. And with that being said, let's now set up for a landing. I can already tell I haven't got Bembridge installed. That's default. You can see there the tower. I need to sort that out then. They make such a huge difference, they really do. Oh, this is so smooth today. Really, really nice. The Bigscreen Beyond really does rock with a 4090 and 5090. It's a great combination. Don't think just because you've got a 5090 that you've got to get the highest PPD level headset on the market. Sometimes it makes more sense to get a really high powerful GPU and then run a headset like the Bigscreen, which is 2.5K per eye, because you're going to get great frame rate. Yeah, that's definitely not Burning Blue Designs work there. That's default. It looks bloody awful. Can't believe I don't have that installed. Slap on the wrist for that one. Hopefully we've got Sandown installed then. In fact, yes we have. I can see it already. That's another thing about the Bigscreen Beyond with the pancake lenses. You can see really far out. And it's a limitation of headsets without a DisplayPort connection, in my opinion. You don't see the sharpness so far out. Anyway, let's just do the quick check here. T's and P's are all good. Mixture fully rich. In fact, I've left it fully rich for the whole flight, which isn't great. Although I've got no warnings there, so I guess we're okay. We were quite low on this flight anyway. Fuel pump is on. Let's have a look here. We'll put it on the right-hand tank, which is the fullest. Flaps coming down now. We're on finals. Just feeding in a bit of trim here to relieve the pressure from the yoke. And all is well. So if you've got this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. It really means a lot. I'll have links for the Burning Blue Design website. Check them out. I'd highly urge, if you haven't already, to at least buy a couple of their airports. They are absolutely sublime. I'll have a link in the description below of Just Flight's website where you can grab the Warrior. Massive respect to Just Flight for providing free upgrades for this sim as well. Let's do a bit of side slipping as well to showcase once again the beautiful flight dynamics of the Warrior in 2024. Feeling really good. Bit of a crosswind. And that'll do for this video today. Oh, really feeling. I love this yoke. You can be very, very, very precise with it. Welcome to Sandown. Look at the detail here. In fact, what we'll do is, before we end the video, I'll just park up and we'll have a little walk round. We'll just find some parking here. Look at that. That's a Tornado F3, I believe. Let's go in here. Wow. Sorry, folks. Can't help but say wow. I'm like this even when I'm not recording, you know. I'm not just saying it for the camera. Melissa will tell you I'm like this all the time when I'm flying because I just friggin' love it. We'll just... there's not a lot of spaces, actually. We'll swing around here a minute. That'll do. There we go. And mixture. Completely lean. Listen to that engine. Sounds so good. One thing I do love about MSFS 2024 is we don't have the logbook of death anymore. Make sure parking brake is set. And what I mean by that is when you switch off the avionics and battery, you don't get that annoying screen anymore, which is just brilliant. Right, we'll step outside. Oh, bit of a stretch there. Have a quick look around. So welcome to Sandown. This is where we're staying for the night, in this very nice little caravan there. And we'll just have a quick look around here. I'm not sure actually if this is fully compatible with MSFS 2024. Most of it looks okay. There's a few little elevation issues, but overall, as you can see, just very, very charming. You really get a sense of what it must feel like at this airfield in real life. I really need that in my man cave. Imagine that. It's funny because you could spend absolutely hours and hours looking around all these airfields when you land. And I have in the past. You know, I could quite easily just make a video series just walking around these airfields. And no doubt this is exactly like it is in the real thing. I've no idea what this is though. Black Arrow, the Islands Satellite Program, 1970s. God, looking up at that in VR, it looks huge. Anyway folks, that will do for this video. Pretty gutted that the Aviation Museum is closed today, but we'll have a burger, a cup of tea, and then we'll get flying somewhere else. This has been the Bigscreen Beyond version 2, running MSFS 2024, showcasing Burning Blue Designs, epic sceneries. Go check them out. The Just Flight Piper Warrior, which is also now ready in this sim, as well as the Turbo Arrow and the normal aspirated Arrow. Thank you so much for watching, and take care. I'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye for now. Where's all the burgers? Come on. Don't just stand there with your arms crossed. I'm hungry here. Right, I guess I'll have to go back there and make it myself, won't I?